Hi everyone, this is a free clearing to release any blocks that you are holding to optimism, the positive expression of optimism. So why do we care whether or not you're optimistic or not? Well, your mindset, the way that you see life, the way that you approach things will determine the actions that you take or do not take in your day-to-day life, the actions that you choose to take or choose not to take relative to your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. So we want to release anything here where you would be clinging on to pessimism, negativity as a way to be realistic. And so usually when people say, well, I'm pessimistic, I'm negative because I'm a realist, I'm being realistic, a lot of times those underlying energies have to do with wanting to stay disconnected and separated from others. Using negativity, pessimism as a way to stay safe from being disappointed. And I think we all know through life experience that unless you're willing to be out there, unless you're willing to take a risk, unless you're willing to be vulnerable, there really aren't a lot of rewards. It's good to be safe. It's good to take care of yourself. It's good to take care of your own boundaries, but you want to be able to move out into the world and be willing to let good things happen, to allow good things to happen, to be able to see the gift in any situation. So if you feel like everything is really sucky, if you feel like life has served you a shit sandwich and there's nothing good about it and you're spiraling down into negativity and pessimism, it's going to be really challenging for your mind to see the benefits and the gifts and the doors that may be open to you. So when you're taking an optimistic, a positive mindset, your mind will look for what's positive, what's optimistic, what's working, what are the gifts here, where's the silver lining, what else is available to me. It's about training your mind. So on that note, let's connect in and see what we need to shift for you around this. So I'm just going to relax, close my eyes. I'm going to have you relax your body for a moment, close your eyes, take a breath. We just want you to let yourself, your being, your body, become fully present in the now. To connect in and just feel the aliveness, the life force in your own body, your own being. And take one more nice deep breath, release it whenever you're ready. I would like to call upon and invoke or bring forth the very highest vibration of source energy, which is love, to step into this clearing. I'd like to ask that all of the beings who are working with us come forward with ease, that any negative or limiting themes, challenges, choices, or programs that need to be cleared for anyone listening, clear easily and effortlessly, that all of the blocks to being involved in life, involved with other people in a harmonious and optimistic and balanced and loving way, all those blocks are released with ease, and that I am neutral and clear on behalf of anyone listening, and so it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up my pendulum, and I'm going to ask to connect my high self committee, the group of beings who are working with me, to your high self committee, the group of beings working with you. And I just want to verify am I working with myself, listeners, high self, or both? No one. So we have some blocks here to positivity, to optimism, to seeing the good. And so where do we need to go? So we're back into world energies. So where we have accepted on any level of our being a planetary or group consciousness belief that we need to be negative, the programming of negativity as a group consciousness. Part of the benefit of this from a world energy perspective is that we remain in a place of helplessness, that we remain in a place of isolation. How does this help anyone, really? It doesn't. And so why have we chosen to take this on? It's part of the collective. Be disempowered, be connected to overwhelm, and be in a place of accepting injustice. And this helps to keep those who are in charge, who are promoting their own agenda, empowered and able to do things that maybe we don't really like, but because we're in a helpless, overwhelmed, negative, disconnected, separated state, we don't really try to use our own creative, co-creative, empowered energy to create a change. So let's just go ahead and release all of the vows, the contracts, the oaths, the agreements that you are holding on any level, to accept this planetary or world energy of negativity, separation, helplessness. Let's clear abuse of self, overwhelm, energies of panic, and energies of slavery through mindset programming. And let's release that. Now, I know for some of you that might sound a little bit, all that might be a little bit weird or esoteric, and that's okay. If there's nothing there for you that needs to be released, you don't have to worry about it. Nothing's going to shift. But if you do have that, and that's something that you're willing to release, it will be released. So let's give everybody a little boost. Myself, listeners, high self, or both. So that's a level, just to go a little bit more into that. That's a level of programming that you may have accepted about being a part of this world. So when we talk about programming, we have layers of programming. We have the soul level layer of programming, programs that you have been working with throughout your journey as a being. We have a level of programming related to soul family, related to planetary, related to DNA, programming related to any kind of groups that you're involved in, friends, layers of programming. And some of these programs run through all of these layers, and some of them are specific just to certain levels. And so we're starting by getting rid of some of these bigger chunks where it's like you're sort of bathing in this energy just by being here on this planet. So, okay, moving along. Myself, listeners, high self, or both now. Both. Are there any other blocks to receiving or benefiting from this session, the modality, or from me? No. So what I'm hearing to tell you is, look, we're not just clearing optimism so that you can run around, being silly or impractical or unable to see the truth. The truth exists from your perspective or point of view. What it is that you believe, you will make true for you. So if somebody's running an energy of the world is bad, everything sucks, the old life sucks, and then you die, they're in this kind of looping energy, and they're unable to see the good, the positive. And so I'm hearing, again, just to reiterate why we're doing this. So let's just put a bubble of love and light around everyone listening. And so the next thing we want to do is let's get rid of any kinds of little energetic hooks that are connected into your energy system from others who may want you to stay helpless, depressed, negative, disempowered, because you'll stay right at the same level with them. You'll keep complaining with them. And so that feels really comfortable and comforting for them. And so we want to release that. So let's go ahead and release, for anyone listening, any toxic streams, webs, hooks, mind channels, etheric realm cords, anything through other dimensions. Let's clear the program of victimization. So we have a motivation of victimization. Victimization is a part of this negativity. if I'm negative, it helps to anchor my energies of victimization, feeling like a victim. So is this enough to clear it? Let's go ahead and release that now. All the levels, all the layers, all of the reasons. And so let me just go back to my opening procedures, make sure that we're good. How long for my prep, my self listeners prep their high self? Let's apply the entire prep to work list, make sure everyone is up to speed. Let's download myself, your high self, your soul energy, my soul energy, everyone working with us that's got guides, guardian angels, spirit guides, with all of the most leading edge information, wisdom, light, understanding, expanded possibilities, everything that needs to be released for you, for your soul family, anyone else that is connected to your being with ease. What's the lowest level of consciousness now for anyone on my high self committee? Where is my soul's consciousness or level of awareness? Lowest level of consciousness for anyone on listeners' high self. Where's their soul's consciousness or level of awareness? My ego, listener's ego. Good. Now, what is it that we need to know about this? So optimism is not about trying to delude yourself. So let's take an example of that. This is the example that they're giving me. So we have a lot of issues right now going on the planet. We have a major issue with pollution, with plastics, for example. We have a lot of plastic just clogging up the ocean. And what we want to do really is to be able to look at a problem or an issue and to be able to be optimistic about it and to use our optimism as a bouncing off point to receive solutions. And what I mean by that is that we are able to be open through our optimism to connect into higher intelligence, to spirit, to God, to source, to nature, to whatever that is for you, and receive inspired ideas, genius ideas in order to bring through solutions. When we stay in the negativity and pessimism side of things, what tends to happen is we look at the issue, we see, the thing on Facebook that shows us all of the plastic floating around in the ocean, and we think, ugh, it's a nightmare, it's a mess, and we just don't want to look at it anymore. So in fact, a lot of negativity and pessimism acts as this block to actually being able to go into the issue or the challenge, to see it, and then to use our ability to be optimistic, to be expansive, to be open as a jumping off point. This is why it's important to clear this issue. So what else do I need to look at? All right, so let's move forward. To what degree is everyone who is listening in their body and fully in their life? Now, let's look at habits. Need, belief, habit, pattern, or desire to be pessimistic. No, that's not what it is. It's actually to be in an energy of hardship and to be in an energy of separation. Do I need to research this? No, let's release it. The habit, the pattern, the theme, the challenge, or the desire to be in hardship or separation. Where is separation programming located? Let's clear it from below the incarnational pathways through levels of consciousness called Christ status, through the vector level of consciousness. Let's give everybody a boost. To what degree are we able to fully release or move out of pre-programmed negativity on a planetary level? Over 100%. And so that's really a choice. It's a choice to keep cleaning up your own mindset, your own energy, your focus, your physical body, the vibration of the physical body, your mental focus, your emotional being. So we talk about, holistic perspective, mind, body, spirit, I'm adding in emotions. So your physical body, how you feel in your physical body, your emotions, how are you feeling emotionally, mentally, spiritually, to be able to work to heal and clean up these areas so that you're able to feel synchronized and aligned and uplifted. And so where's the block or resistance to doing that? So some of you want to hold on to, on a subconscious level, some of you even consciously, body programs. And so what does that mean, body programs? What types of body programs? The story of exhaustion. I'm so tired, lethargy, exhaustion, fatigue in the body. What's the benefit of that? It creates anxiety. It blocks your self-expression. I'm too tired to do this. I'm too tired to do that. I have to stay within these narrow confines of what's safe and comfortable, what feels normal to me. So I hold the exhaustion story in my body. So I want to know if we can release this. Let's release this. Any place where you have accepted as an absolute truth that you are exhausted, that you're always tired. Let's give everybody a boost. So let's download your being with what it feels like and how to feel energy, to remember what it feels like to feel energy. So I had this issue. I mean, it's a kind of a big story, and I know this is a short clearing, so I'm not going to go into the whole thing. But what I will say is that I had a real habit in my day of saying, oh, I'm so tired, oh, I'm so exhausted. And I started to notice that I was doing this. And so I started to change it. Every time I would hear myself say, oh, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I would stop myself and say, no, actually, I'm energized. I have full of energy. I have all the energy that I need. I would immediately start to change that. And my body would respond to the new thought I was choosing consciously every time I said it. So it's retraining the mind. Notice, what do you tend to say throughout your day? What kind of habit do you have of thought about your energy, your vitality? It's really interesting when you start to notice, and I'm telling you, just by making a choice to change that thought, you will change your physiology. You will change how you feel in your body. So what else do we need to know about this? This is connected into optimism. So we're looking at little areas where you are holding a negative or limiting or pessimistic perspective or viewpoint that's become a habit blocking your optimism. Okay, is there anything else I need to know about that? No. So where else is there a block to optimism? Where do I need to go? Let's clear all self-punishment. So I'm going to let this unwind, and you're just going to see this is going to just spin for a minute. Self-punishment. I don't deserve to be optimistic. I don't deserve to be happy. I should feel uncomfortable, unhappy, miserable, full of angst. I should be anxious. I should have feelings of what? What's the actual energy everyone's running? Panic. So let's release that. So this is where we let our outer world train our inner world. Well, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. It's normal for me to feel panic. And so we want to change this, because you do not have to let the outside of your being, your life, your external world to dictate how you feel. It's a choice. You can choose to look for the positive. You can choose to look for what is working. So what am I looking at? Let's clear all programs of panic. Let's clear any energies of overwhelm, and let's clear any energies of hate of life. Where else am I going? 31. Let's revoke and release hidden vows. Vows of panic. How many other vows? No, this is panic that comes through genetic lineage, especially on mother's side. So what am I looking at? Let's clear all panic that you have accepted in from mother. And a big chunk of this is from the womb. So let's just release that. Let's clear all blocks to manifesting and optimism and relaxation. Clear all soul programs. Where else is there a block to optimism? Where else is there panic blocking? What else is blocking the experience of optimism? It's the energy that you don't really know what it really feels like, what it is. So let's do a download. So I'm going to just close my eyes for a minute, and I'm going to connect with your beings in a little bit of a different way. And so what I'd like to do is download your being with the highest perspective and understanding and definition of optimism. What it is and what it feels like. What it feels like to be able to choose optimism. What it feels like to embody optimism, to experience optimism in your day-to-day life. And so if you would like this download, all you need to do is say yes. So let's go ahead and download this to all levels of your being, all of the cells of your body, and all areas of your life. And I want you to just let this in. Imagine it coming down like a spiral through the top of your head, through the crown, through the center of your being, and expanding out through all the cells of your body, out past your body into your auric field, the energy around your body, and just breathe that in. And what does optimism feel like to you? To me, I feel tingles like champagne bubbles, like there's a buoyancy, there's an expansion. And so let's allow this to flow from your being now through to your ancestral lineage. And let's download everyone in your ancestral lineage, everyone who's willing to receive this, with optimism, what it feels like. That they are allowed, that it's safe, it's easy, and it's possible for everyone to hold this vibration of optimism as something that is normal. And so I want to just release all of the addictions to negativity and complaining that everyone is holding through the genetic lineage. So let's release this through the group consciousness. I want to know what chakra, your first chakra, where there is an energy here of complaining and negativity. Let's release this through the root chakra, the chakra that connects you to the world, to the earth. We're going to release this, your base of support, your base of survival. So holding negativity and complaining in this chakra does not serve you any longer. Let's clear all energies of frustration and guilt, abandonment, terror, and victimization. Any other fear, panic, or anxiety related to being optimistic? To what degree is anyone listening able to move into optimism? To what degree are they willing? Is there anything else that we need to look at? So if you feel like after this clearing, as you're moving forward in your day-to-day life, if you feel like you have a really hard time anchoring optimism, being able to feel optimistic, to feel joyful, to feel hopeful, then it would be a great idea to receive some healing around this. Now, whether you receive healing from me or whether you work with someone else, doesn't matter. But get some healing around this. The the beauty of working with a healer is that they're going to be able to connect in and access your blind spots, the stuff that you're holding or you're running that you're just not able to have access to, not really able to connect into. And they're going to look at where does this block to being joyful or optimistic, where does it come from? Because whatever it is that we're holding that we would consider negative or unwanted, there's always on some level a belief that there's a benefit to holding that energy. So let's make sure that this gets released for you. This is a really important thing to shift. On that note, I'm just going to ask if there's anything else that we need to look at. Yes. So let's download the energy of miracles, the energy of peace, the energy of relaxation, fun, love, truthfulness, gentleness, and self-esteem. Remember, you can be truthful and real and still be optimistic. Okay, so let's go ahead now and apply the mop-up list. I want to thank myself, listeners, high self, everyone working with us, bringing forth light, releasing any darkness, limitation, and fear. And so it is. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this clearing today. I hope that you feel lighter. I hope that it's given you some things to think about through the week and some new practice to integrate into your life. It is so worth it to make these shifts. You will feel so much better in your day-to-day life, and you're going to be so much more open to the gifts that are already around you. Take care of yourself, and I'll be back next week with another clearing. Bye for now.